I'd like to apologize for the fact that this video is going to be appearing late. I have no idea if this is going to get uploaded before midnight or not. Time management has not been my friend this week, and I have a time-consuming meal planned for supper, so I may not finish actually editing until after supper, which means this may not finish exporting before midnight. Yikes. Friday's video should theoretically be more on time, hopefully, we'll see. I'll probably do colors of the month next week no matter what I think of the palette, just because it's a quick video idea I can have done ahead of time. Hello and welcome back to Jenna Gets Creative. When I was trying to decide what to do for today's video, OkGo sent out an email announcing the launch of their #ArtTogetherNow video series. That premiered yesterday if you're interested in finding it and checking it out. If you have no idea what's going on, OkGo is a rock band known for their elaborate music videos. I'm going to put a montage of clips up in the corner, muted because I don't want to deal with all of those individual music claims on my video today, but I highly recommend checking them out in general if you're not already familiar with the band. They got noticed for dancing in their back garden and on a set of treadmills, all set up and recorded independently without producers and studios and such, but of course once they got noticed, they started being able to make high-budget videos. Are you watching these clips? They're so much fun. My favorite OkGo songs are Last Leaf and Shooting the Moon, but my favorite OkGo videos are White Knuckles and the Rube Goldberg version of This Too Shall Pass. Yeah, they like to do multiple videos for their music videos sometimes. But anyway, around this time last year when most of the world was in lockdown at the same time, they recorded a new song called All Together Now, and they recorded the music and videos separately in their homes, then released a surprisingly high-quality music video full of clips of them playing music in closets and on their kids' toy instruments, all cut together as a music video. It was meant to be uplifting, a message to the world saying we'll get through this together even though we can't physically be together. This year, they're making videos using clips the fans have sent in, and the first 6 videos are done and being released this week. It's pretty cool. So I decided to make some art as a tribute to OkGo, and when I think of OkGo and an art style, I think of bright colors and complex patterns. They love color. What you're watching me create is their logo overlaid on a mandala, and I'll be coloring in everything except the logo so it pops. By the way, would anyone be interested in a mandala tutorial? I think I did one years ago, but obviously I'm way more comfortable with video editing, and now I've got a few more years of doing mandala doodles under my belt. I could probably make it more clear and more interesting now. Anyway, while you're watching me create, let me tell you about the giveaways I have coming up. The first is the Let's Get Jenna monetized giveaway, and that one will open up for entries once this channel is able to be monetized. Also, by the way, if you see ads on my videos and I haven't announced that I'm monetized yet, that's something YouTube decided to do this year. Advertiser-friendly videos get ads, and if the creator isn't in the partner program, then YouTube doesn't have to pay out. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but I'm so close to actually getting paid for ads, so I won't complain too loudly. The giveaway prize for this is a small original artwork, plus your choice of the box of art supplies I've been setting aside for giveaways, the duplicate fantasy genre books I have hanging around, or a custom book depository order. My second upcoming giveaway is the Let's Get Jenna to 2K giveaway, and as I mentioned recently, if every new subscriber I gain between now and 2K watches 1 hour worth of videos on this channel and nothing more, we would get to both giveaway goals at the same time. That's how small my watch hour gap is. 20 to 30 more regular dedicated viewers on every video, or 600 to 700 more hours of random additional views, and we'll be there. The prize for the 2K giveaway is winner's choice of an Amazon gift card or a custom book depository order. In order to enter, you do need to be 14 plus and subscribed to this channel. Both winners, with the exception of the 2K winner if you choose an Amazon gift card, will need to be willing and able to provide a mailing address to receive their prizes. I'll ask for that privately using a method decided at entry time. Speaking of 14 plus, I know some of you watching know what the Art Addicts Alliance is, and I just wanted to mention, in case anyone watching has been considering applying, we have recently had to specify that you do have to be at least 14 to join the Art Addicts Alliance. We recently had an application from someone who sounded suspiciously young, and we can't go collaborating with collaborators who should be on YouTube Kids. It potentially puts the rest of us in violation of COPPA law, laws, and that comes with a lot of channel and video limitations. We've also had an issue with a recent application that was either outright traced or very closely copied from an Etsy product listing. I noticed that the printed out digital line work this person was starting with had the hallmarks of tracing, so I Google image searched for it and quickly found the original. Not only were the subject and background drawn in exactly the same way, the final colors chosen were the same. That's theft. Don't do that. Fan art from established big franchises, particularly when you're not planning to sell large quantities of work, is fine. Those artists have already been paid whatever they're going to be paid. The entities earning from merch sales are CEOs and corporations, not the original artists. Fan art shown online or sold in small amounts isn't hurting the original artist. That's common practice in the art world and here on YouTube. Most of us on the team have done fan art videos. Copying another small-time independent artist's original work, especially when they're clearly trying to make money off of it, and putting it up on a place you'll eventually be able to monetize, is taking money out of that artist's pocket in a real significant way. The Art Addicts Alliance doesn't condone that. We don't work with channels who do it, and doing it for your audition video, that's a sure way to make sure your application gets rejected by the admin group before it gets in front of the whole team for voting. And on that cheery note, let's switch gears and talk about the supplies I've used in the video. I don't include this bit in my videos to brag, by the way, and you'll probably notice I favor certain items and don't even frequently use all of the supplies I own. I mention what's used by name to help anyone watching who might want to acquire the same sort of supplies to do the same sort of job. The paper is basic cardstock from Michaels, cut off square because I wanted the mandala to stay square. If you can't afford marker paper, or you don't like working with coated marker paper, heavyweight or the thin stuff, then I recommend using very smooth papers that aren't too thirsty so you don't get feathering, and I recommend going for heavier papers to limit bleeding through to the other side. Cardstock is usually a great cheap choice there. Bristol is also a good choice. Compass I'm using is out of a basic school geometry set, nothing special, but if this is a tool you want to seriously invest in and get the best, drafting tools can be very fancy and also very expensive. Personally, I'd love to eventually get one that can extend farther than this, holding a normal length pencil, and perhaps one that locks so I don't accidentally stretch my circles as I draw them. The sketching was done using a couple of Prismacolor Colerice sketching pencils, and you've probably noticed by now that these are staples in my collection. I love sketching in erasable colored pencil rather than normal lead because the lines these make don't have that graphite sheen that's hard to hide, and you can pick colors that will blend more with the final product if they don't erase completely, and they're slightly water soluble and alcohol soluble, so if you don't erase them and then go over them with ink or water-based media, they soften and blend in unique ways as well. I also love being able to do different parts of my sketches in different colors, so I can be messy and loose and let my sketch elements overlap without losing sight of what's what. My guides are in purple, the logo was in red, and I'm planning out the mandala elements in green before I ink them. My inking tools are Staedtler pigment liners in various nib sizes and a Tombow Fudenosuke plastic nib, quote-unquote, brush liner. The Staedtler pigment liners are my first pigment liners, and they're also my favorite. They're comparable to Microns and Copics and Unipin, and I actually think the Marvi Uchida drawing liners are a good comparable product as well, but these are my favorites for clean, consistent lines in ink that can handle alcohol markers going over it. I also really love the Tombow Fudenosuke pens for varied line weights and for the fact that they come in so many colors. But the black ones do come in very reasonably priced 2 and 3 packs on Amazon as well, and you can usually find them as a prime add-on item, so I highly recommend them as a go-to inking pen. For colors, I started with a Copic sketch marker in Mauve Shadow, and then the frost blue I wanted to use was feeling kind of dry and streaky, so I switched to an Ohuhu and finished with only Ohuhu colors besides that first purple Copic. I chose purple as the background color purely because the guidelines weren't erasing well in those big open corners, and they're purple. That kind of set the tone for a pastel color palette though, and I stuck to just my pastel set of Ohuhu markers after that. I had originally planned to go with brighter, stronger colors because, as I mentioned, OkGo is not at all afraid of color and uses bold colors in most of their videos and performances, but I don't think they would mind the pastel scheme here. It's also very springy, and we're in spring still, so there. If you're looking for more to watch, I've got some suggestions up on the left side of the screen now. Don't forget to like, comment, maybe even subscribe, and if you like living life creatively, whatever that means to you, I'd love to have you along for the ride. Bye guys!